Depending on where you live, property taxes can be a small inconvenience or a major burden. The average American household spends $2,375 US on property taxes for their homes each year, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Residents of 27 states average paying a vehicle property tax of another $441 US on average. Also, if you want to learn how to legally get your taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 3 months, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. There are 28 states in the USA that have a property tax of under 1%, with Hawaii being the lowest at 0.27%. Instead of moving halfway across the world and buying property in Hawaii at 0.27% and then paying a high state and federal income tax, why not move to St. Kitts and pay 0.20% and then not have any federal or state income tax at all? St. Kitts has a deduction also of $29,630 US per property that's actually deducted before the 0.20% property tax kicks in. There are the states with the 5 highest annual property taxes that I want to talk to you about. And this is actually the state median value. And they are as follows. Massachusetts has an annual property tax average of $4,598 US. This is the median average for these homes. New York is at $5,257. New Hampshire is at $5,550. Connecticut at $5,746. And New Jersey is the highest at $8,104. So you can see people are paying a lot of money in property taxes, and this is just for one property. Can you imagine the taxes that you would pay on 100 properties like these that I've just mentioned? There are 24 states in the USA that currently do not have a property tax on vehicles, but the others did, with Virginia being the highest at 4.05%. That means that a $25,000 US car would incur a property tax of about $1,012 US a year. This is just on a car. St. Kitts doesn't even have a property tax on vehicles. Isn't it funny that St. Kitts has no income tax, no capital gains tax, no inheritance tax, no estate tax, yet if you're a citizen of St. Kitts and at least 62 years old, your medical treatment in a St. Kitts hospital is almost totally free unless you elect a private or a semi-private room. And if that's the case, you know, there's an extra charge for that, but it's going to be nowhere near what it's going to cost you in the USA. And you don't pay anything extra for this health benefit. The top federal income tax rate in the USA now is 37%. And if you live in a state like California, you could add possibly another 13.3% state income tax, and even more with a new law being passed. In fact, California's 13.3% tax rate, which is their top tax rate now for state, is going to be raised to 16.8%. And retroactively, they're going to try to do this, and also they're also trying to bring in a wealth tax. This a per year wealth tax that's going to hit you every year. You can knock all this down to zero, close to zero, by just taking all your assets and moving to St. Kitts and buying rental properties at distressed prices and pay no income tax on the rentals and almost no property tax at only 0.20% of the actual purchase price of the property, with a $29,630 deduction on each one of these properties before the 0.20% kicks in. Man, this is an incredible deal. This is the way you could literally get your income taxes and your property taxes almost down to zero. Now, you need to make sure that you're actually compliant on the tax laws in the country that you're living in. And, you know, we've gone through this before with you. So if you're in a high tax country that you reside in, you need to observe the tax laws in there, or in the USA, you're not just residency-wise, but also citizenship-wise, if you're a U.S. citizen or a U.S. resident, because U.S. taxes citizens and residents on their worldwide income. I've mentioned the importance of this in other videos that I've done, so you need to watch this. If you're 60 years or older and a citizen of St. Kitts, you also pay no dental costs for cleaning, exams, and fillings. This is a big advantage of getting St. Kitts citizenship, along with, you know, other things too, tax advantages also. But St. Kitts has more visa-free travel than any of the fast-track citizenship programs in the Caribbean now. Remember, if you're looking into getting citizenship, remember a good fast-track citizenship program has these traits, and don't forget them. This is what you need to be thinking about when you're making a decision on this. is get a citizenship program that you know you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of these residency by investment countries do not go by their statutory requirements after the minimum residency requirements have been made, therefore messing up your plans for the passport in a reasonable amount of time. By getting a St. Kitts passport, you don't run into this kind of problem because a St. Kitts passport you can get in as quick as 4 to 5 months. Make sure also that the country that you're applying for has no military requirements to get the passport, and also make sure that the tax system that's in place for the country that you're interested in is either a territorial or has a pure tax haven and does not tax worldwide income on investment income. A St. Kitts passport not only does not tax income outside the country, but does not tax income inside the country as well, which is very rare in the countries across the world today. And also make sure if there is a language requirement that you already are fluent in that language before applying or don't apply. One nice thing about St. Kitts, there is no language test that you have to take, and it's totally an English-speaking country. Always verify also that dual citizenship is allowed or don't engage in that program. St. Kitts allows dual citizenship with all countries. Folks, if you want total freedom, you need to make sure that country that you're getting a passport for allows dual citizenship. I put that ahead of visa-free travel any day of the week, so you need to make sure of that. You want to get a passport that has as many visa-free countries as you can get, having the requirements I've just mentioned. And remember that a lot of countries reserve the most lucrative business opportunities like life insurance, real estate, retail, and other business opportunities to citizens. So, you need to make sure that you can get that business in, that whatever your business or your training is, you need to make sure that you can do that in that country before you actually leave. Because there are a lot of people, if you're not a citizen of a country, you can be barred out from those restricted business opportunities while waiting to get citizenship, and it can really mess you up. And also, when you move to a new country, if you don't know the language, it's going to take you 3 times longer to get everything done. And I'll tell you something, people don't realize this. They think they'll learn the language, but I'm telling you, it just costs you more money because you have to stop and think and learn this other language, and it just slows you up in your business. Now, if you're retired, if you want to learn the language, fine, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of hassle and headaches. You're really better off taking one that you already, a country that you already know the language there. And also, if you want to learn more on how to legally get your taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 3 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen, and you'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And also, I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll be glad to get back with you. And also, if you'll go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and go to the top of the page where it says Apply with Us and fill out our questionnaire, and then hit the button on the bottom that says Send Back to Us, so we can help you get started. We deal with about 74 citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries. If you're not interested in St. Kitts, we deal with other countries. It depends on your interest in what you're actually doing in your business. But we can look at your situation and find out, what your interest level is and what you're trying to accomplish, and we can work with you from there. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.